Hello, welcome back to the channel, The Reds TV, with me, Andy Cambe. So this one is the post-match with our double-header game from yesterday against Athletic Bilbao. So let's get over with the formalities. It was really nice that Tomo and a ex-player of Bilbao to lay the wreaths for Diogo Jota and Andre Silva. I thought it was a really nice touch. It's the first time that a game's been played back at Anfield since the tragic incident involving the two brothers. So yeah, it was really good, and it was nice that the both sets of supporters, and in both games, that after 20 minutes the games were stopped and applause were being made from the stands and from the players themselves. So, and the songs were sung throughout both games, which was really nice to see. So, as I say, it was the first time everybody was back at Anfield for Diogo and his brother. So, on to the games. Let's talk about the first game. Well, really, we've got to talk about the youngsters in the game. Rio Ungamoa, quality. First couple of minutes, you knew exactly what he was going to do. We've seen that throughout pre-season with him. He's electric and he's sharp in the opening phases of the games, and he got his just reward. I'm just wondering if I think he made his mind up as soon as he picked the ball up from just inside Liverpool's half, what he was going to do. Just wondering if there was a Cody Gakpo on the left, a Wirtz running next to him, or a Mo Salah on the right, that he would have took that shot on. But we'll never know. But he'll probably say yes, he would have done. But yeah, like I say, he knew exactly what he was going to do, and he had a decent run out again. Celebrated his goal well. I've touched on that he's got a bit of Raheem Sterling about him, but I think he's better than Raheem Sterling. Not because Raheem Sterling left us in a bad way. I just think he is. You know, we got him when he was 15. Was he from Chelsea? So, but yeah, and I want him to stay around the first team. I don't want him to be loaned out. I don't want him to go to the under-21s. I've already alluded on that. I don't want him to go down to the under-18s either with Simon Wiles. Under-21s, he's Rob Page, because his head, he's playing his mind is way above playing that tempo of football, and with the quality of players that he's got in and around him now, he will learn a lot more. So yeah, he obviously set up the second, didn't he, with the knockback. Good work by Ben Doak with the cross. He knew exactly what he was doing when the ball came across. That was not an attempt at goal. That was just to put it back across. He saw Darwin moving, and Darwin and Julie put it away in the back of the net. So yeah, obviously Ben Doak, another youngster. I thought he had a good game. I thought he got his pace back, and I mentioned him in a previous game with his touch. The ball kept on going out. I think, was it the Preston game? But you know, he's come back stronger, and yeah, he took his goal well as well. So Liverpool comfortable. Talk about Naoni played centre half in the first half and second half as well. What a cool head he's got. He's another one I don't want loaning out. Don't want him to go down to the under-21s or the under-18s for that matter. I want him to stick around the first team. He will be a good player to bring off the bench, because he's coming up to speed. He's bulked out slightly, and yeah, I was really impressed with his performance. So there's three youngsters. There's Pechi, the goalkeeper. Um, Woodman played in the first half, Pechi the second half, and I tell you what, Pechi's got good feet, good hands. He could do nothing about the goal. It was just one of them. The ball came in. Stevenson, I've played on Saturdays and Sundays where you try to defend like that. You think you're flicking it away, but before you realise your head's set again and it's bounced back and the ball's gone in the back of the net. But nothing the keeper could do, but he did make a really good save. So, yeah, obviously Robbo played at the back, Simicast. It was a mixture of a bit of experience. Curtis Jones, I thought Curtis Jones had a really good game. I know he was involved a lot last season, but I think this season he will up his game. I think he's matured enough now to control games as well, so he'll be part in and around the first team. Harvey Elliott, I thought was indifferent. I know he got his goal, good movement. Darwin setting him up, but I think you could tell at the end of the game he's on his way out, or he knows that his time is limited to play games, especially with the acquisitions that Liverpool have made with Dominic Szoboszlai. I mean, you saw his performance in the second game. He's really going to find it hard to break into, unless there's injuries, into this team. So yeah. The formation, I think it was a 3-4-3, if I'm honest with you, in both games, and it might revert back to a 4-3-3 when we go defensive. But yeah, that's what it looked like to me, and that's not bad. But we need to still work on things with that shape. That's why we got Jeremy Frimpong. I mean, in the second game I'm talking about there with his pace, I'll allude to that in a minute. So the first game, yeah, quite happy that the players are up to speed, and they need to be, because the season is literally around the corner. Do we take the benchmark of the Community Shield as the first game of the season? I personally would. It's something for the lads to win. The management or the coaching staff will just say it's just like another pre-season game with something to collect at the end of the game. So yeah, all in all, that was not a bad performance. As I say, that the team's up to speed. We're going to lose a couple of players. Darwin, another one. I think he'll be on his way out. Before the transfer window, his body tells you that. So yeah, it's just what it is. There might be another couple of players that who were playing in that game or involved will also be leaving the club, because we'll just have too many players. Not surplus for requirement. It's just that we just need to make sure that we get our numbers correct, squad numbers correct for the up and coming season. And as you know, Onslaught doesn't like to rotate too much, but he might have to do that this season. But I think he's got his squad in mind of how to do that. As I said, the youngsters, they did nothing wrong. Would I keep Ben Doak around and get rid of Nunes? Ben Doak's a wide player. Would I keep him around the first team as well? I'm not so sure about that. Would I sell him? I mean, we got him for a ridiculous amount of money. He's probably worth 25 million. The lad's 19. I mean, the prices of the transfer window are absolutely extortionate for young players this season. So yeah, That's an interesting one to see. So yeah, on to the second game. Very strong lineup. I have to say, impressed. Let's start from the back. There was only one recognised centre half, and that was Ibu. And but you can always rely on Wataru Endo, can't you? You know, he gives 110% for the shirt, for the club. He knows exactly what he means. He hardly lost any 50-50s, if I'm honest with you. But let's talk about Giorgio Mamardashvili. I think he's a good replacement for Kelleher. He was good, made 2 great saves in the game, maybe 3. His distributions got better. I was a bit apprehensive in the earlier pre-season games, but now I think he's come up to speed. He was releasing the ball a lot quicker. And let's talk about the fullbacks. Again, it was a sort of like 3-4-3, and you'd see that Kirkes would go into midfield, leaving a 2, and hoping that any counter-attacks would have been nullified by the centre-halves, and a quick recovery from Jeremy Frimpong, who I thought had a very good game against Nico Williams, kept him quiet, but you saw his electric pace. He tried to make things happen, which was really good. You'll get an understanding with Mo Salah. Mo Salah needs to start finding him instead of putting the ball at the back stick. I think we just need to mix it up a bit. Mo was trying to find Dom a few times. It didn't come off, but Dominic Szoboszlai's work rate was excellent. In that, I don't know how many games Bilbao had played, but they had a strong team as well. They were going to be in the Champions League, so really a benchmark for Liverpool. They should ease past them if there's any games that we come across in the Champions League with them. But yeah, and it was a bit feisty as well from their players. But it is what it is. It's pre-season. They need to get up to speed for whenever their season starts. So yeah, Mo had a good game. I say Dominic Szoboszlai, good workout for him. Just needs for me to release the ball a lot quicker. Florian Wirtz, I can't believe we've got him. You know, honestly, the lad, he's the vision that he has before he even receives the ball is absolutely great to watch. The movement, the ball carries on moving. There's none of this, oh, I'll just knock it back, whatever. Yeah, there was a couple of times where he got fouled, and there was a couple of times where he lost the ball. But I tell you what, he went looking for it. He went fighting for it to retrieve it back as quick as he could. So Hugo Ekitike, I tell you what, he might just be the one that explodes this season. We talk about Alexander Isak coming to Liverpool, but I tell you what, I was impressed with him. Really was. He was winning the ball. He was running in the right channels. I mean, he set up the goal for Mo. You saw his explosiveness. He's strong. He's upper body strength. Again, he's 21 years old, is he? Not even 22. And yeah, he's going to love it at Anfield. And I think we heard Hugo coming from the stands, so he's not quite got a song yet, but if he carries on the way that he has done in the cameo appearances that I saw in Asia, and obviously the amount he got a good, was it 60 minutes or so? I'm really impressed with him. I think he will score lots of goals for us once the team gets a bit of an understanding. So he played slightly on the left, didn't he? Wirtz played the false 9-ish from midfield, if you can call that. It was, as I said, it was like a 3-4-3 formation. So we'll have to look. The 2 goals that we conceded were really bad, if I'm honest. We're not a big team at the back. You're missing Virgil out there, but we should have really dealt with the first one. That was too easy. The ball came across, from the far stick, and it came into the box. We never reacted properly. The second goal, I was more disappointed because it was a corner. And when you look at it back, I know it's pre-season, but we need to get this sorted out before the season starts, because we do not want teams picking us off in the set pieces, because that's going to be their best chance of scoring against us. We're solid in open play because we've got the midfielders do the work rate, getting the ball back, and we can win the one-on-one duels. But set pieces, I mean, it was slightly our Achilles heel last season, so we need to get that sorted out. A few times, Hugo Ekitike won the ball from corners, but yeah, is it not a major concern? It's just a concern for me. We're light in that department. Obviously, in the centre half back, Virgil was ill. As I said, that Konate was the only recognised centre half. Played, we have got Ryan Gravenberch who can play in that position, and we do need bodies in that area, and hopefully we can get a couple in. Talk about Mark Gay, if that can be pulled off. We'll see if he plays against us at the weekend in the Community Shield. That'll be an interesting note. I believe Newcastle are also hunting for a centre half as well. So yeah, but all in all, good performances from both sets of teams. The second team that played, as I said, it was strong. So we had players missing, as I said, Verge, Ali, Robbo will be in that squad, no doubt, as well. So Curtis would have been in the squad there. Darwin, Harvey Elliott. So you can see there was lots of youngsters on the bench who got given a run out. Okay, so as I say, we play at weekend in the Community Shield. I'll do a preview one of that Friday or Saturday. We play Sunday, and we'll see how we get on in the transfer market as well. See if there's any movement before then. Okay, if you like this video, please smash me a like, and please share the video. Please subscribe to the channel if it's the first time that you are watching this. Okay, enjoy your Tuesday evening and rest of the week, and I will speak to you back end of the week. Up the Reds.